habit, a mere habit, and it will be harmful to him. So the anger of a realized soul, a great soul, has meaning and purpose. It has no viciousness in it. You understand? It doesn't mean to hurt you. It is meant to heal you. It is meant to remove the unwanted things from you. Yogi Ramsuratkumar often said, even his anger is a blessing. When he gets angry, when these people get angry, they get angry with the bad habits in you, the bad thoughts in you. They don't get angry with you as a person. Whereas when we get angry, it is completely individualistic. We get angry with the person, then we remember it so much, and then the resentment comes, and then you fuel it further with your own thoughts. You keep on reacting to one thought, and then again reaction to reaction, and then reaction to reaction to reaction. You see, the thoughts multiply. So never imitate a guru. Never imitate a realized soul. With him, every feeling, every thought of him is beneficial to the world. It's for your good, for your own spiritual growth. It is to cut you down to size so that you will have a smooth, comfortable spiritual life. It's for your own spiritual growth. But our anger, you cannot compare it. It's completely egoistic. And what's more, it turns into enmity. And so it's harmful to the person who gets angry and also to the one who receives it. It's poison. Our anger is poison. So what I suggest, whenever you get angry, drink a lot of water. Drink a tumbler after tumbler, glass after glass after glass. Say 2 glasses of water, 3 glasses of water, then go lock yourself inside so that it doesn't come out. The minute you start drinking water, the system gets cool. And then you don't feel the same again. It slows down, anger slows down. That's the immediate thing that you can do. Because water is everywhere, available. Everywhere. So just drink a lot of water. Not hot water, cool water. Not fridge water either. The natural water. It helps a lot. You know the story of Adi Shankara, when people tried to imitate him, what happened? You know the story, I think I've told you time and again. He was walking the streets of Varanasi with a group of his disciples. And there was this wine shop. And the shop owner was very devoted to Adi Shankara. But Adi Shankara entered the shop all of a sudden. So the man was not prepared. And he so much wanted to offer something to his guru, and there was only the wine. So he said, Master, this is all I have. What can I do? Only this offering I have. Then Adi Shankara smiled and said, why not? I will accept your offering. He drank up the whole lot. He just took the big one, big vessel, drank up the whole thing. And his students, the disciples, were standing behind him and they were looking at each other. Hey, our master, what is he doing? So maybe we could also indulge. Why shouldn't we? If the master does it, after all this teaching, why shouldn't we do that? And without looking back, he knew what was running, what was racing through their mind. He smiled. And he walked ahead as though nothing happened. And then after a few shops, again he came across one particular shop where the metals were being boiled so that there was only this molten liquid, the melted iron, vessels after vessels of molten iron. again, this shop owner is also a devotee of Adi Shankara. And with a smile, Adi Shankara entered the shop. And again, the owner had the same problem. He said, Master, you have come all of a sudden, and I have nothing to offer except these things. He said, why not? You give it to me. And he drank up the whole thing. The hot, boiling, metallic liquid. And then the disciples looked at each other. And this time there was no smile, there was no indulging. They were wonderstruck. My God, the one who drinks the wine, copying the master, should be able to drink this also. And Adi Shankara, after drinking the whole lot of liquid, he walked ahead as though nothing had happened. It did not bother him in any way. So try imitating the Guru, you will surely get into trouble. And the Guru has to come to your rescue. So even the realized souls as disciples, they would not practice Advaita with their Guru. The scriptures, the Hindu scriptures, which talks about Advaita all the time, a disciple, a realized disciple, would not practice Advaita with his Guru. The Guru is still Guru, the master, the great master. So before him, he would not practice that. He would not act as though he and the Guru are one and the same. He would still be all respect. All love, all respect. So, and when I say you practice the presence of God, both inside and outside, I don't mean that, drinking is also God, so why not take drink? Smoking is also God, you remember all those bad habits and then say that is also He. So why can't I practice that? You practice and see. I told you again and again, I keep telling people, not particularly you, when you practice the presence of God, say everything is He. Whatever you hear is He, whatever you see is He. It's very good. It gives you one-pointedness. It's meditation while transacting the world. Good. But that doesn't mean that all the bad habits are He, so I would indulge. When you face the consequences, you wouldn't think the consequences are also He. You would suffer. You understand? There was a saint, he was beaten up by a bad man. And then, he was beaten up to unconsciousness. And then somebody who was passing by took him, put him on the bed, and then applied medicine. And when he woke up, he gave a cup of milk. And then the man who gave the cup of milk asked him, Master, do you know who I am? Do you realize who I am? Then the master smiled and said, the one who beat me up is the one who gives me milk now. To them, they are one and the same. He would not distinguish. See, they see it as a habit. They don't see it as a person. When you commit a mistake, your master gets angry with you, but he gets angry with the mistake that you have committed, not with you. It is nothing personal where he is concerned. So he would talk to you, he would scold you, he would be angry with you, but not with you, but with your habit. And his anger will remove it from you, so that you become that much more pure. So what I am saying is, never imitate. His anger, he may even feel jealous, but his jealousy will have purpose and meaning. Whatever they do, Yogi Ramsuratkumar would say that every look of this beggar, every word of this beggar, every step that he takes, Father's work is getting done. Is it the same with us? Most of the time our looks will land us in trouble, our words will land us in trouble, our behavior. So they are very different. They are in a class by themselves and we cannot compare.
You know about Mr. Mahatma, right?
Yes.
So it was his like character, I don't know, from the birth, like his anger before realized himself and after realized, but still the same character was with him, like his anger.
Yes.
So it was like even when he did his sadhana, still same character was with him, yeah? But somehow it changed by this understanding, but still the same character, the same
Yeah.
anger.
Now you tell me, after you realize, you think your face would change, your eyes would change, your ears are still in the very same place, your eyes are still in the same place, and you look the same. Anybody would recognize you as before. Your features don't change, so your anger doesn't have to change, but the purpose, the effect of your anger will definitely change. You understand? This anger is no anger. This anger is pure anger, yes, but it has no personal feeling in that. It's an impersonal anger and it will do you good. It's a blessing. It will surely be a blessing. Whoever it is, because Yogi Ramsuratkumar said so and we have also experienced. So you cannot sit in judgment on them. Sometimes, I remember somebody saying that I went to see this saint. He was shouting at somebody. He was so angry, he was shouting at somebody. Then I thought, okay, I left all the shouting behind to seek peace, but here this man is shouting again. So I decided he is no Mahatma and I ran away. Now that was great. But who is the loser? He was probably shouting at him for a purpose, especially this person. If he had gone ahead, in spite of his judgment, he would have benefited. He was not even aware he lost. There is this story, a poor man, he was suffering so much, and then somebody would come and tell him, you go and see this particular saint. Your poverty will go. So he would approach the saint, but as soon as he stood before the saint spat on his face. What a disgusting thing to do, and especially from a saint. By a saint, he spat. And then, and he was just standing there and he spat, so this man, he backed out just in time. And this fell down on the earth. And then the saint said, go. So he came back and complained. You recommended that saint. I went and stood before him. You said he would remove my poverty. And what happened? He chose to spit on me. And God, thank God that I moved in time. He said, you lost a kingdom. If you had only stood there and the spit was on your face, you would have had a kingdom. You would have become a king of a huge kingdom. You lost it. So, against your fate. His fate was to continue to be poor. And here the saint was ready to give him a kingdom, to make him a king of a country. But see, he just backed out in time, so this fell down on the earth and he lost it. He continued to be poor. So the fate, because of lack of faith, the fate took over. So Yogi Ramsuratkumar often said, where there is faith, there is no fate. Our life is already a finished movie. A this time of the day, on this particular date, you should be here, so you are here. It's meant that Devaki should be here at this moment, so he has come. You understand? Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to come. Whatever is meant to happen will happen no matter what. And whatever is not meant to happen will not happen no matter what. Be sure. It's all already on the card. When you were born into this world, you were born with the blueprint of your life. It's written here. The Hindu Shastras say, and they say the truth. That is why so many predictions. You go to this astrologer, that astrologer, say at this particular, she's not here. Yogi Ramsuratkumar's daughter is here, Veena. She was telling us yesterday that her sister had come to seek Yogi Ramsuratkumar's blessing, and I think I told you, the son was there. The son was only 2 years, and whenever he cried, the whole body would turn blue. And she has a daughter also. Now she had come to seek the blessings of Yogi Ramsuratkumar with her elder daughter and the younger son. When the elder daughter was taken to a saint somewhere there in the north, the saint had said, your daughter will now live only up to 12 years. Your eldest daughter, she's already 7, she has only 5 more years. She would die at the age of 12. And what was more, the younger brother, whenever he cried, the whole body would turn and there would be boys. So she brought both children, and then the boy started to cry in front of Yogi Ramsuratkumar. Then Yogi Ramsuratkumar, why is that? What's happening? And she said, Swami, this has been happening. Father, Bapu, this has been happening for the child. Every time he would cry, this happens. Then he said, okay, from now on, this will not happen. Never did. Now the boy is about 35 years, and after that it never happened. Just one word. Why? Because, and again the eldest daughter, then this Maya said, Swami, my eldest daughter, some saint said she would live up to 12 years more. Yogi Ramsuratkumar said, this beggar's blessings, she would live up to 100 years. And now she is 43. Rima is 43 and she is happily living with her husband. Nothing happened at the age of 12. Why? He simply said she would live up to 100 because they are established in the truth, the highest truth. They live the highest truth. So whatever comes out of them becomes truth. Any word from them. He said, remember at Sudama? He said, let there be light. The lights came on. When Ramana Nagar, whole of Ramana Nagar was plunged into darkness, I said, Bhagavan, see the whole, there's no light anywhere. Oh, is it Devaki? What is that word Devaki in Bible? I said, God said, let there be light. Oh, okay Devaki, let there be light. And the lights came on immediately. Whatever they say would become the truth. The whole nature would obey them. Because they live in truth all the time. They are the house of truth. You also can practice, practice speaking only the truth, as you understand in this world. Not a lie. Every time you speak only the truth. Then after some time, whatever you say will become truth. Because every time you speak a lie, you stand to lose your spiritual power. Every time you say a truth, you gain spiritual, you gain power. If you practice just speaking the truth all the time, you will gain so much power that at one point, whatever you say will become truth. But it's very difficult not to lie. Very difficult. Day-to-day life, just look back and see how many times you lie very casually. You're not even aware you're lying. So, very difficult, but because it's difficult, you have to practice. Everything has a price, even in the worldly life. So what to say if you want to see God? So what I'm saying, when I say you practice the presence of God, thinking that everything is He, it doesn't mean that every bad habit is also He, so we are saying every bad habit is also He. That is the truth. Even the evil has come from Him. But it doesn't mean you have to indulge. Do you remember the story? The mad elephant was coming at him. The master had just taught him everything is He. Then the disciple went into a forest and he was practicing, everything is He. And suddenly this mad elephant appeared out of nowhere and it was charging. And then, this is also He. He was saying ecstatically, this is also He. But the Mahout who was running after the elephant was saying, move away. The elephant is coming for you, move away, run away. No, it is He. My master said it's He. And he stood there, the elephant came with its trunk, just threw him out. And he had injuries all over. So with blood oozing out, he ran to his master and said, Master, you said everything is God. So this mad elephant was God. So why did it hit? The Mahout said, run away. He's also God and he is telling you to run away and you did not apply it there. Okay, even that is okay. The injuries also is He. There, everything is He. So you are hurt. The blood, the injury is also He. He said, Master, I learned now. So, when you start practicing, you have to practice fully. If you practice partially, you'll be in deeper trouble. More trouble than before. So that's why we need discrimination. The Divine has put the breath in you, and because of the breath, your brain starts working. So you have to listen to your brain. You have to practice discrimination. Your conscience, there is what we call conscience, not consciousness. There is conscience in each of us. The conscience knows exactly what is right, what is wrong. If you learn to listen to it, you will never go wrong. You know that? Everybody knows there is conscience, which has absolute sense of right and wrong. But whenever we asked Yogi Ramsuratkumar, what is wrong, what is right, he would say, remembering God is right, forgetting God is all wrong. If you asked him what is dharma, what is adharma, he would say, remembering God is dharma, forgetting God is all adharma. And a justice had come to see him, and the justice was complaining, the world is so bad. And after when the children, our own children come up, what is the world we are leaving behind for them? The world of darkness and violence. He was complaining. And then he finally asked, Bhagavan asked him, okay, Justice, what do you think is culture? Then he started saying, this is culture. Bhagavan said, if Justice should ask this beggar, what is culture? This beggar would say, remembering God is culture. All this violence, the atrocities, the barbarities happen in this world because people have forgotten God. This is what Yogi Ramsuratkumar would say. There was one lady, Savitri, and she was neurotic, highly neurotic. And she would come and shout at Bhagwan at about 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock in the night. She would stand outside the house and shout such abuse. And Bhagwan would be sitting inside and he would say, Devaki, Father's blessings are pouring on us. Father's blessings, Bhagwan, what is it, Bhagwan? 12 o'clock in the night, so silent. And she is shouting such filthy words. Devaki, why do you think like this? They are all blessings from Father. Just accept them. Take them there. They are blessings. Who could say that? And after some, then I would say, but she's going on and on and on. Well, will not your Father stop his blessings? And then slowly, he would say, no, she would get tired and stop of her own accord. And she did. So that is why we need to be spiritual, to bear with anything, to be able to face, accept everything as God. Only if you want God, not otherwise. If you want God, you have to accept everything as His prasad. If somebody flogs you, this is His prasad. There was this saint, Bhadrajalam Ramdas. He was thrown into a jail for 13 years. And every day he should be flogged. That was the instruction of the king. Because he had stolen the money, I think, from the Gajana, from the treasury of the king, and built a temple out of that. So he was thrown into the jail by the king, and the instruction was he should be flogged. And every day he would be flogged. And he would shout, Rama, 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 Rama. And what was more, poems would come out of him. This man was so pure in heart, and he was flogged, so he would not shout abuse at God. He would be shouting Rama, Rama, and then a poem would start. He would be composing a poem. So every time he was flogged, a poem came out, and Rama was delighted. So Rama was watching the flogging. So this went on for 13 years. Can you imagine? And then, of course, one day, Rama and Lakshmana would come in some form and pay back the money that he took from the treasury. And they would be relieved, but only after 13 years. Then he would ask, why is that I had to suffer this 13 years of jail? Because an innocent animal, he caged that animal and tortured the animal when he was a little boy. Not knowing what he was doing, he caged an animal and he was torturing, for which he had to pay himself. 13 years was thrown into jail. See, the karma, the law of karma is relentless, ruthless. If you give love to people, love will come back to you. If you give torture to people, be sure it's waiting. Sometime nobody can escape except when you seek the grace of God. And even that cannot be relied upon. We don't know whether God will remove it or make you bear it. But no, there's no escape from them. Even a word will come back to you. So what to say? The torture that you give to people, the abuse you throw at people, and any number of things that we do out of ego, all that will be coming back. So that is why we are supposed to lead a righteous life, the life of dharma. Yogi Ramsuratkumar took it. People would throw poison at him. He was able to swallow and survive. It's not that these cruelties did not touch him, Even as God-man, how much suffering they had to go through. Jesus was flogged. He was made to carry his own cross. And whenever he felt tired, he could not put it down and they would flog him again, whip him into carrying. Why? They did not just give just because they were God-men. Life was not comfortable to them. They were also put to torture. But they took it as blessings from God. They took it as grace from God. But they went through the suffering for the sake of others. So that is a lesson for us. Especially after having a guru, commit any sin, it will go to him and he will have to suffer. So one has to be very careful. It's a responsibility. Being a disciple is a responsibility.